Welcome to round number 4, recap of International Rapid Chess Open in Shumen in Bulgaria, which I played about a month ago. My opponent in the fourth round was Grandmaster Ivailo Enchev. I was playing with black pieces. He starts with knight f3 and I go knight f6, c4, e6, d4, and we're transposing to Queen's Indian defense. G3, bishop b7, bishop g2, bishop b4. There are two main options, maybe even three: knight c3, bishop d2, and knight d2. King f1, I don't remember if it was an option, I don't think it is. Bishop d2, bishop e7, castle, knight c3. I know theory here quite well. I went for c6 and he goes bishop f4, and here where my knowledge completely ended, I go d5, rook c1, d takes c4. So I didn't really know what to play. I consider multiple continuations, like knight d7, knight d4 is not really an option because I don't want to lose this e4 pawn. And d takes c4 is of course more concrete, more straightforward, like just to basically tell him like what you gonna do, buddy. He goes knight d5, and now I place my knight to d5. Again, quite common idea. He goes knight c4, and I went for knight f4. G takes f4, knight d7, just simple development. The position is equal. If I go rook b8, my idea here is to play c5 and trade this light squared bishops off the board. I cannot play c5 immediately because my bishop is not protected. So rook b8 is an important move, and he goes queen c2. Now computer said that b5 would have been a better option than c5, because after knight e5, let's say takes. I'm not sure why d takes e5 is a capture, because I would honestly play something like f takes e5, but computer says c5, and suddenly black equalized and have no further problems. Even though I still like see some lines like queen f4, queen b8, some t5, like I don't know. To me, yeah, this seems okay. Honestly, yes, I kind of agree why computer says so. Yes, this looks actually slightly better for black. But after queen c2, I played c5. My idea was simple. If I trade light squared bishops, I might potentially have some attacking ideas. He goes d5, and now I go e takes d5, knight d5, knight f6, trying to trade pieces of the board. The position is equal. Knight f6, bishop f6, rook d1, queen e7, a4. Now I have two bishops advantage, which, okay, I don't really want to keep this bishop on b7. I take, and now go queen b7, check. f3, this was just to provoke f3. He could have played king g3, which is a good move as well, but, you know, kind of scary to make this move anyways, because, you know, h5, h4, like, yes, it looks a bit weird, like in h2. Now I slide my queen all the way to f3, even though computer says it's better for white, and it is. He decided not to go for it and just block this pawn f3. And his idea is potentially to play e4, but usually like e4 now, yes, in some lines it might work, but I also have some bishop d4 ideas if e4 is ever played, and this bishop on d4 will be a huge power. I go rook d8, trying to trade rooks off the board, b3, queen c6, queen f4, and now I go queen c7, queen f5, and he has a lot of space advantage. It's not clear what black should do. I just went for rook f e8. Position is still equal according to computer, but you know, it's a bit more comfortable to play with white pieces, even though there's no straightforward plan. It's still like you have more space. a6, b5 is not playable. I don't want to create any weaknesses, and it's hard to move with black. You know, it's hard to move with white, but it's harder to move with black. So yeah, very uncomfortable position, even though computer now says that I have some advantage after a6. I thought of different a6, b5, but I just never thought it would work, because a6, b5, I create two weaknesses potentially with the c5 pawn, so I thought it won't be okay. But okay, a6 according to computer is completely fine. I go rook e6. My idea is simple. I want to go bishop h4, rook g6, and try to create threats. So he goes rook d8, takes, rook d1, queen a8, queen d3, and now I go bishop h4. The idea is simple, rook g6, I want to attack. He goes f5, which is not the best move. e4 was slightly stronger just to block this queen of this whole diagonal. f5 is okay, as it seems. Rook e8, knight d6, rook f8. Yes, passive, and as I said, it was uncomfortable before, and it is a bit uncomfortable now as well. And I was also very low on the clock. So he goes queen c4. It's very important here not to blunder my bishop on h4. So I get my bishop back to e7. I'm trying to trade this knight off the board. So the less pieces we have, the more chances for a draw remain. Knight e4, rook d8, trying to trade, rook d3, and queen c8, attacking the opponent f5. Now rook d5, protecting it. Queen c6, once again, attacking the rook on d5, and after takes, queen d3, bishop e7, he played knight c3, and what happened was I lost on time. I spent a bunch of time analyzing different ideas here. I thought I would just, I'm not sure, the best move here is, I think something like, oh, I plan to go g6. Yes, that's exactly what I planned. But I spent a bunch of time analyzing whether this position is good for black or not. And apparently it is still equal. e4, I can go queen d6. And there is no winning plan for white pieces. Yes, they have an active knight compared to the stupid bishop on d8. But yeah, this is still kinda equal. Queen e6, and even if f5 is played at any moment, queen f5, and there's absolutely nothing. So bishop c7 ideas, if I take queens off the board, this is a dead draw, almost a dead draw. You never know what might happen, but yeah, unfortunately after knight c3, I just, you know, wasn't a time to make a move. But g6 is what I spent like last 20 seconds calculating, and just unfortunately couldn't make the move because I was afraid of different, yeah, because 95 seems a bit, you know, seems a bit scary. Because let's say if I go bishop f8, there are some checks on f6 potentially, still equal, but yeah, just slightly uncomfortable. Yes, it is what it is. A loss in round number 4, 3 out of 4, and that was the conclusion of day number 1. On day number 2 we had another 4 rounds of play. I'll see you tomorrow for round number 5 recap. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.